We'll start with her stuff. How many participants are here? Only 8. For maths lecture, the number was 105 that I've seen. I think DMS subject, some people don't like. It's their fault, not mine. I cannot do anything. So yesterday we started with the set theory and the concepts that we have seen. We will revise those again. Then what is a set? Set theory is set is a collection of definite and distinguishable objects selected by the means of certain rules or description. Okay, means a set of all positive numbers. What it is? It is a, it contains the elements like all the positive integers from +1, +2, +3 to infinity, and we can define them, we can describe them that uh, these are the positive integers. So it is a set. It is a collection of definite and distinguishable objects. Okay. Set theory forms the basis of several other fields like counting theory, relations, graph theory, and finite state machines. All these terms uh, were discussed yesterday. Okay, counting theory means for counting the number of things, sets can be used. Again, for describing the relations, sets can be used. Then graph theory, there also the set theory is used. And for finite state machines like Turing machines and automatas, these set theories are used. Again, these finite state machines are the part of your next sem syllabus. Next statement that we are going to see is a set is an unordered collection of different elements. A set can be written explicitly by listing its elements using set bracket. If the order of the elements is changed or any element of a set is repeated, it does not make any changes in the set. Okay, the order of the elements cannot affect the meaning of the set. Okay, it does not make any change in the set if we repeat any element or change the order of any element. Okay, a set is unordered collection. Okay, uh, that's why we can change order of its elements and we can repeat the elements also. Some examples are here as a set of positive integers, set of all planets in solar system, set of all states in India, set of all lowercase letters in the alphabet. Okay, in this last one, the set contains A, B, C, D, E, F, G up to Z, but in the lowercase. Okay, now the next is representation of sets. Representation of sets, we can represent the sets in tabular form or set builder notation. Okay, what the roster or tabular form is, the set is represented by listing all the elements comprising it. What are the elements are there in that set? Those are given there in the tabular form. Okay, the elements are enclosed within the braces and separated by commas. Okay, this is the grammatical aspect of this set, that elements are enclosed within the braces, curly braces are there, and they are separated by commas. Okay, example one here given is the set of vowels in English alphabet. Okay, so A is the set, A, E, I, O, U. Okay, these are the English alphabets, which are vowels. Okay, A, E, I, O, U. Then the set of odd numbers less than 10. Okay, less than 10 odd numbers which are there, 1 3 5 7 9. Okay, so B is the set of odd numbers less than 10, then we can write their details as a 1 3 5 7 9. Next is the set builder notation. How now, in the set builder notation, same uh, sets are described. We will see here. The set is defined by specifying a property that elements of that set have in common. The set is described as A is set of X such that P of X. P of X is the property of X. X is the element of that set. Okay, X is the element of that set, and P of X is the property of that X, that we can say, or that sets contain the element of that property. Okay, the set A, E, I, O, U can be written as A is the set of X such as X is a vowel in English alphabet. Okay, A is the set of X such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. Now the second one, okay, the set 1 3 5 7 9. Okay, the set 1 3 5 7 9 is written as B equal to X, B equal to X, such that 1 is less than or equal to X less than 10. Okay, 1 is less than or equal to X less than 10, and what we know is as the numbers are less than 10. So we can write the first condition as 1 is less than or X less than 10. Okay, and the second condition is X mod 2 is not equal to 0. X mod 2 is not equal to 0 means what? The number are odd, not even. If X mod 2 is equal to 0, then the number is even. But when X mod 2 is not equal to 0, the number is odd. So what type of set we want is, we want the set as the number should be less than 10 and it should be odd. So we have written the condition as in set builder notation, B is equal to X such that 1 is less than or equal to 10. 1 is less than or equal to X less than 10, and X mod 2 is not equal to 0. Okay. Now, if an element X is a member of any set S, then it is denoted by X belongs to S. And if an element Y is not a member of set S, it is denoted by Y does not belong to S. Belongs to and not belongs to. See the two signs. Then we can see the some important sets, like n is the set of all natural numbers, z is the set of all integers, z plus is the set of all positive numbers, q is the set of all rational numbers, r is the set of all real numbers, and w is the set of all whole numbers. Okay, this is the number system that we have studied. Okay, then it comes the term as cardinality of set. What the cardinality of set is? The number of elements in that set is nothing but the cardinality of that set. Okay, 1 4 3 5, it is the set. Then cardinality of that set is 4 because the set is containing 4 elements. Okay, the below example 1 2 3 4 5 dot dot. Okay, we don't know means it is not a finite set. We cannot say where that set uh, ends. Okay, so the cardinality of that set is infinity. Getting? Then if there are two sets x and y, mod of x is equal to mod of y denotes sets x and y having same cardinality, means the number of elements in x set x and the number of elements in set y is equal. Okay, then x is less than or equal to y, what it is? It denotes x cardinality is less than equal to set y's cardinality. Okay, when a cardinality of x is less than cardinality of y, then it strictly denotes that cardinality of y is greater than cardinality of x. But if this is the case, cardinality of x is less than or equal to cardinality of y, and cardinality of x is greater than or equal to cardinality of y, then we can surely say it as cardinality of x is equal to cardinality of y. Okay, when we say it like cardinality of x is greater than or equal to cardinality of y. Yes. In again, if x cardinality of x is less than or equal to cardinality of y, and cardinality of x is greater than or equal to cardinality of y, both of these cases occur simultaneously, then we can say is cardinality of x is equal to cardinality of y. Okay, because at a time it cannot be sure possible that both the elements are less than each other and greater than each other. Okay, so we can write here as mod of x equal to mod of y. Okay, these sets x and y are commonly referred as equivalent set. Okay, yesterday we have seen the very last bit, when the sets are equivalent sets, when the cardinality of both the suits is same. Okay, then types of sets that we have seen, in that finite set is there, where we can count the number of elements, that is a finite set. And when we cannot count the number of elements in that set, then it is a infinite set. Then subset is there. X is a subset of set y if every element of x is an element of set y, means x belongs to y. If we say like this, then it is must that all the elements of x are there in set y. Okay, for subset concept, what is there? If set x is a subset of set y, denoted by the sign that C and underline to that C, if every element of x is an element of set y, then uh, example taken here is that x is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 and y is equal to 1 2, then what it will be? Set y is a subset of set x, as all the elements of y are there in the set x. Okay, hence we can write y is a subset of x. In the example, see, we can say that y is a subset of x because y contains the element 1, 2, and X contains the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now the second example is X is 1, 2, 3, Y is also 1, 2, 3. Then Y is also subset of X. X is subset of Y. Okay. Because both the sets are equal. The elements are same in both the sets. So what we can say here is, yes, Y is a subset of X and also X is a subset of Y. Okay. If both the sets are equal. Okay. When the sets are equivalent, if cardinality of both the sets is equal, then the both sets are equivalent. But when the sets are equal, when all the elements are equal in the case of sets. Okay. Then the next is a proper subset. Now, yes.
Without that underline, what is it called? Sign about
Subset. C and underline to that C. It is a subset sign. Okay. And only C is there in this upper slide. You can see upper side of this slide. This C, it is a proper subset sign. Okay. If underline is there below this C, then it is the subset. Okay. And when only C is there, then it is a proper subset. Okay. The term proper subset can be defined like if a set X is a proper subset of set Y, written like this, X is a proper subset of Y, if every element of X is an element of Y, and yes, and cardinality of X is greater than cardinality of Y. Okay. Here for proper subset, we can see the example X is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Y is equal to 1, 2. Every element of Y is there in the set X. Y is containing 1 and 2 only. X is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, means 1, 2 is there. So what we can say is Y is a proper subset of X. Okay. Y is a proper subset of X. Why? One more reason is that means one more we can say requirement for that is the cardinality of uh, first set must be less than cardinality of second set. Okay, means we are merging. What we can say is what we are saying is Y is a subset of X in this example. Okay, Y is subset of X, and so what we know is Y is subset of X because 1 and 2 are the elements of Y. Those are included in set X, and cardinality of X is greater than cardinality of Y. Okay. Y ची cardinality 2 आहे. X ची cardinality 6 आहे. Okay. Both the conditions are matching here. Okay, getting? Then universal set is there. It is a collection of all elements in a particular context or application. All the sets in that context or application are necessarily subset of this natural set. Okay, means if we take set of animals, Okay, set of animals. Then there will be subsets that okay, we have taken the example of animals. Okay, then uh, many other types are there, okay, of animals. Pet animals are there, insects are there, the animals which live in the water are there. So all those are the subsets of universal set. Okay, we are also a subset of uh, set of animals. Okay, because animals also include human beings. Getting? Here is the universal set. Then empty set, in which set no any element is there, that is called as empty set. And unit set is there, that is singleton set. If only one element is there in that set, then it is known as singleton set or unit set. Then equal sets are there. These equal sets and equivalent sets we already have discussed in this lecture itself. Equal sets are if both the sets are equal, then uh, their elements are equal. Okay, all the elements are equal for the two sets, then those two sets are known as equal sets. Then equivalent sets, only two means cardinality of two sets is same, then A and B are said to be equivalent sets. Getting? A ची cardinality आहे 1 2 6 आणि B ची cardinality आहे sorry elements आहेत 16 17 22. Okay, both are having the cardinality as 3. So mod A equal to 3 and mod B is also equal to 3. So A and B both are equivalent sets. Okay. Then overlapping sets are there. Any one element is common in the two sets, then those sets are overlapping. Okay. Example given here is A equal to 1 to 6 and B equal to 6 12 42. Only 6 is the element which is common in both. So both the elements are sorry, both the sets are both the sets are overlapping sets. Then disjoint sets are there, means no any element is there in common. Okay, it is known as disjoint set. Two sets A and B are called disjoint if no any element from them is matching with each other. Okay, it is the disjoint set. Now we are going to see the Venn diagrams. What the Venn diagrams are? Now we are starting for a new bit. Okay, up till now we have revised what we have seen in the last lecture. Okay, now the Venn diagrams are here. Venn diagram invented in 1880 by John Venn is a schematic diagram that shows all possible logical relations between different mathematical sets. Okay, now in the we can take the circles as our sets. A B C are the set in the first diagram, then A B in the second diagram, A B in the third diagram as well. So what does it contain? These are means sets are represented with the help of circles, and alphabets are written there. Okay, alphabets means what? Whose ball is this? Okay, whose set is this? Getting? A B C. A is one set, B is one set, C is one set. Okay, three different sets are there and they are denoted with the help of dhaba. Okay, sorry, sorry.
हेलो मैम.
Am I audible?
मॅम काय म्हणला तुम्ही मागचा आता?
नाही, सॉरी. इकडे व्हेन डायग्राम्स बघतोय आपण. तर या डायग्राम्स एनी means any set is there represented with the circle. Okay, all these sets are there, they are represented with the circles. And we are going to see the Venn diagrams with the help of operations of sets. Here only the Venn diagrams are drawn here. Okay. For example, these diagrams are shown here. Okay. We can see in the first diagram, three circles are there. Those are three sets A, B, and C, like this. Now we are going to see the operations on sets. In that, set union, set intersection, set difference, complement of set, and Cartesian product. These are the operations on sets. We will see these operations one by one. Now here, the first operation is set union. Okay, the union of sets A and B denoted by A union B. Capital U is the sign for union. Okay, the union of sets A and B is the set of elements which are in A, in B, or in both A and B. Okay, such elements are there in the union of two sets. If we are taking two sets A and B, then A union B, what it will be, the operation? Yes, A, the elements are there in a set A, elements in set B, and the common elements which are there in sets A and B. Okay, hence A union B is in the notation. Okay, our second representation format, how we can write them as X A union B is the set such of X such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Okay, with the help of example we will see this. If A equal to 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, four elements are here. A equal to 10, 11, 12, and 13. And B equal to 13, 14, 15. Okay, B is equal to 13, 14, 15. Then A union B is what? A union B is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Getting what is union? Means A union B is containing elements of A, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. And elements of B also, that is 13, 14, 15. Okay. Means 10, 11, 12 and 14, 15 are the distinct elements. But 13 is the common element, and that also we are taking in the union. Okay, so all of you get the union example. If means A union B is what? The elements of A, elements of B, and elements of A and B both. Because if that element is common in both the sets, that also we are taking in the union. Okay, getting? The common element occurs only once. This is the note here. The common element which is 13 in set A and set B, we can see there. It occurs only once. Okay, it is A union B. All of you get the union operation here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then next is the set intersection. Okay. Set intersection. It contains the elements which are in both sets A and B. Okay. Here it is the B set is there. Two circles we can see A and B, and they are overlapped with each other. Here in union, we can see in with the help of Venn diagram, union is what? All the elements which are in set A and set B. All the elements, okay, which are in the set A and set B. So both the circles are here. In the yellow color we can see. So this is the Venn diagram for A union B. Okay. Set intersection is what? The elements which are in common with both the sets A and B. Okay. Those are only the A intersection B. With the help of this Venn diagram, we can see here the yellow part given here is only the A intersection B. Okay. What is written here? We can see the intersection of sets A and B denoted by this inverted U is the intersection sign. Okay. Intersection sign is there. It is inverted U. We can say it as. Okay. Is the set of elements which are in both A and B. Okay. How we can write it here in this notation? A intersection B is the set of X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. Okay. X belongs to A and X belongs to B. Now with the help of example, if A equal to 11, 12, 13 and B equal to 13, 14, 15, then A intersection B is 13 only. Okay, it is a unit set. Only one element is here in this set because the common element only is the 13. 11, 12, 14, 15 are not in common. The common element is only 13 in set A and set B. So A intersection B is equal to 13. Getting? This is the set intersection. Then the next operation is set difference. Okay. Set difference or relative complement also it is known. Getting? Relative complement. Now we will see what the set difference is. The set difference of sets A and B. Okay, it is denoted by A minus B. Okay, it is denoted by A minus B. Is the set of elements which are only in A but not in B. Okay, the elements A minus B means what? It is a set difference between A and B. It is denoted by A minus B, and the meaning of it is the elements of set A that are not present in set B. Okay, that are not present in set B. Getting? We can as we can take a set difference of A over B, we can take it vice versa also, means set difference of B over set A. Okay, the set difference of sets A and B is the set of elements which are only in A but not in B. So how we can write in notation? A minus B is equal to A minus B is the set of X such that X belongs to A and X does not belongs to B. Okay. When I want to write is A minus B, I will consider the elements of A which are not present in B. Okay. Getting? Venn diagram पाहिल्यावर लक्षात येत आपल्याला A आणि B दोन सेट्स आहेत. ओके. पण त्यातले असे एलिमेंट्स घ्यायचेत आपल्याला जे B मध्ये नाहीयेत. Okay, when I consider A minus B, I consider the elements only those are present in A, not in B. Okay, B चे elements आणि जे common आहेत elements ते consider करायचे नाहीत. Common नसलेले सोडून बाकीचे elements consider करायचे. Okay, same is the case with B minus A. B minus A म्हणजे काय करणार आपण? फक्त B चे एलिमेंट्स कन्सिडर करणार. जे A सोबत कॉमन आहेत एलिमेंट्स ते कन्सिडर करणार नाही. द एलिमेंट्स विच आर ओनली इन द सेट B आर कन्सिडर्ड इन द सेट B minus A. Okay. Example taken here is A is 10, 11, 12, 13 and B is 13, 14, 15. Okay. So A minus B will be 10, 11, 12 only. 13 is the common element in A and B. So it won't consider that common element. A minus B means it will contain only 10, 11, 12. Okay. Same is the case with B minus A. Means B minus A, what it will contain? Yes, B minus A means only the elements of B. Those will be 14 and 15. Okay, because 13 is common with A. So in set difference, we are not going to consider it. B minus A will contain only 14 and 15. Okay, this is the set difference. All of you get the three set operations: union, intersection, and set difference. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with the help of Venn diagrams, the all the concepts get clear here. Now we will see the complement of a set. Okay, complement of a set is the complement of a set A is denoted by A dash. Okay, and is set of elements which are not in set A. Okay, all the elements except set A are there in a complement of set A. Okay. Hence, A dash is equal to X such that X does not belong to A. All the other elements, those are not present in set A, are present in complement of set A. Okay. More specifically, we can write it here as A dash is equal to U minus A. Okay, U minus A means we consider for a specific constraint that U is a universal set and A is the subset of that universal set, then A dash will be universal set minus that set. Okay, that set means A here we have taken for the example. Getting? A dash is equal to U minus A, where U is the universal set which contains all the objects. Okay. Example taken here is if A is the set of X such that X belongs to set of odd integers. Okay, X belongs to set of odd integers. Then A dash is set of Y such that Y does not belong to set of odd integers. Okay, X is set of odd integers, then Y does not belong to set of odd integers. Getting? In the example, we can see if A if we are going to consider the complement of that set, then in the universal set, all the other elements are there in A dash. Okay, complement of a set A is A dash, and all the other elements except the elements of A are there in the set A dash. Okay, if we consider the universal set. Getting the concept of complement of a set? Then we'll go for the ordered pairs. Okay. Before that, 10 minutes are there. All of you write your attendance in chat box. Okay. Don't forget. We will see ordered pairs. An ordered pair is a pair of numbers x, y written in a particular order. Okay. Now see, we are seeing the set theory. Set is unordered collection of elements. Okay, means in a set we can write the set as A equal to 1 to 6 also and 6 to 1 also. We are not bothered about the order of the elements. It is not going to change the meaning of set. Okay, because set is an unordered collection of elements. Getting? It is not in the case of ordered pairs. What the ordered pairs are? Suppose we are taking a pair of numbers x and y, and that is written in the particular order. In ordered pairs, we cannot change the order of numbers in a pair. Okay, the ordered pair xy is not the same ordered pair as yx. Okay, see here that x is having some special meaning, y is also having some special meaning. So if we write ordered pair xy, it is not equal to ordered pair yx. Okay, means xy is equal to xy only. Xy is not equal to yx. We cannot change order in ordered pairs, so that the name is ordered pairs. Okay, getting? Then an ordered pair is often used to represent a point on a coordinate plane or the solution to an equation in two variables. Okay. Now, we always solve the polynomial equations. Okay. So in that equations contain two values x and y also. So that type of examples are also examples of ordered pairs. Okay, means we write there the value of x and y. Getting? So we cannot interchange the values, means x ची value y घेऊ शकत नाही किंवा y ची value x घेऊ शकत नाही. So we have to write it like that only. X equal to, suppose there 1 and y equal to 2. Then we have to write it like 1, 2, 1, 2, not 2, 1. If we write 2, 1, then it is assumed that x value is 2, y value is 1. Okay, but it is not the case. Here it is x equal to 1, y equal to 2 is there. Okay, so the same order we will keep in the case of ordered pairs. Okay, the ordered pair xy is not same as the ordered pair yx. Getting? Then it is saying the ordered pair is often used to represent a point on a coordinate plane. That we have already seen in coordinate plane. A point is denoted by x variable and y variable. Yes or no? And we cannot change the values of x and y, means we cannot interchange. First, we consider the horizontal value, that is x, and then we consider the vertical value, that is y. It is the ordered pair in coordinate plane. Okay. Ordered pairs are also called two tuples. Okay. Tuple is the concept that you will learn in the next semester in your talk subject. Okay. Tuple means what? The elements are there. Okay. And two tuples means two elements are there. As we are studying the ordered pairs, what we will consider is two tuples. Okay. Two tuple means two elements are there. Two elements are there means it is a pair. Okay. Pair means what? Pair म्हणजे जोडी. Okay. जोडी म्हणजे दोन असतात. आपण प्रत्येक वेळेस तसंच कन्सिडर करतो. मीन्स दोन असतील त्याला जोडी म्हणतो. येस ऑर नो? So ordered pairs are also called as two tuples or sequences of length 2. Okay. Sequences, ordered pairs are also called as sequences, but of length 2. Okay. Sequences म्हणू शकतो त्याला, पण सिक्वेन्सेस किती पण लेंथचे असू शकतात. आपल्याला काय हवंय? पेअर. सो its length should be 2 only. So we can call the ordered pair as sequences of length 2. Getting? We can say like lists also. Okay. LIST, list. Again, list of elements 2. Ordered pair is list of elements 2. It is also, we can call it as. Okay. Then next statement is in the ordered pair AB, the object A is called the first entry and the object B is called the second entry of the pair. Okay. A is the first entry, B is the second entry. Alternatively, the objects are called the first and second components. Okay. Two components are there. So the objects will be called as first component and second component, or we can say like first and second coordinates. Okay. In case of coordinate plane, we can say it as first coordinate and second coordinate. First coordinate will be horizontal, second coordinate will be vertical, or we can say like left and right projection of ordered pair. Okay. A and B, in that A will be the left projection, right will be the right projection. Okay. These are the multiple names for the ordered pairs. Getting? Okay. All of you have get all these things. What we have seen today is types of operations on set, that is set union, set intersection, set difference, and complement of a set. Okay. In set union, what is there? The elements of A, elements of B, and elements which are in common for both the sets. Then what is there in the intersection? A and B are the two sets, and the common elements of two sets A and B are there in the A intersection B. Okay, only the common elements are there. Then set difference. What is set difference? If A and B are the two sets, then A minus B is elements of A only. Okay, the common elements will not be there. The elements which contain in A set only, common elements won't be considered. Same is like same is there with B minus A. Okay, B minus A is what? Elements of set B only. It is not contained in set A. Only B set elements are there. Okay. Then complement of a set. How it is complement of a set? A is the means whole this rectangle is suppose the universal set, and A is the set, then elements other than elements of set A are the complements of set A. Okay, it is the complement operation. And ordered pairs, we have seen ordered pairs are there. X, Y, we cannot change the order of the elements X and Y. Okay, means X and Y is not same as Y and X. These are called as two tuples or sequences. Getting? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is for today. We will stop here. The Cartesian product we will see in tomorrow's lecture. Okay. It is also very important operation, Cartesian product. And for this Cartesian product, we require this term ordered pairs. So this term ordered pairs comes first, and then we will move towards the Cartesian product tomorrow. Okay, so we will stop here. All of you have given the attendance in chat box. I'm seeing the less numbers, so I'm asking. So we'll stop here today. Bye. Take care. Just put your attendance. I want to shut down or end the meeting. Okay.